So this lesson's on 2.f, which is applying solving equations to applications. One of the most common applications of equations is geometry problems. And this unit, we talked a lot about area and perimeter problems. So if you remember, the perimeter, right, of a rectangle is the distance around it, okay? So there's two ways we can find the perimeter. Perimeter is 2 times the width plus 2 times the L, or you could just add up all 4 sides. The area of a rectangle is basically going to take the length and multiply it by the width. Now remember, multiplication is commutative, so you can also say it's the width times the length. It really doesn't matter. So when we look at the first example, the perimeter of the rectangle is 28. So I'm going to write and label that down. Perimeter is 28. Find the length and the width. So that's what we're looking for here. Now, I know the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle is perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Or I could just add up all the sides. Length plus length plus W plus W. So if I use that idea, right, I can say length plus W plus W is equal to the perimeter. What can I replace the length with? Well, if the length is 4x minus 1, I'm going to say 4x minus 1 plus 4x minus 1. Then I can say the width is x, so I can say plus x equals the perimeter, which we said was 28. So I can replace P with 28. And what this allows me to do is go ahead and solve for x. First thing I'm going to do is combine like terms. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 10. So that's 10x. Then negative 1 minus 1 is minus 2 equals 28. Now I can solve this for x. Add 2, 10x equals 30. Divide by 10, x is equal to 3. Once I know the value of x, now I know the width, right? They tell you the width is just x, right? So if the width is just x, we can say the width is 3. And if the length is 4x minus 1, we can say 4 times 3 minus 1 will give you 12 minus 1, which is 11. So again, the goal to find the length and the width is to find x, and once you find that, then you can plug it back in to find the dimensions. Example 2. The area of a rectangle is 90 square feet. So here they tell you the area, here they tell you the area is 90. And if I write the formula for the area, it's length times the width. So now I know if I take these two sides and I multiply them together, so if I say the length or the width, it doesn't matter, 6 times 4x plus 3 equals the area, which in this case is 90. Now I can go ahead and solve this. To solve this, you can go 2 ways. You can divide by 6, or you can distribute the 6 here and get 6 times 4x is 24x, plus 6 times 3 is 18 equals 90. Now I can take and solve this equation for x. I'm going to subtract 18. 24x equals 72. When I divide by 24, I get x is equal to 3. Now what you have to know, they're asking for the perimeter. Well, in order to find the perimeter, I need to find the length of both sides. Well, we already know this side is 6. To find the length of the other side, I'm going to plug 3 in. 4 times 3 plus 3 would give me 12 plus 3, which is 15. So now, the perimeter is just going to be 15 plus 15 plus 6 plus 6, which gives you a perimeter of 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 6 is 36, plus 6 is 42 feet. And we are done. Okay? Now the next one, they give you a triangle. And they tell you the perimeter of the triangle is 60 feet. So if we were to add up all three of these sides, it would add up to 60 feet. So we want to find the length of each side then. Well, to find the perimeter of a triangle, I add up all the sides. So 3x plus 2x plus 5 plus 4x plus 1 equals 60. Now to solve for x, I'm going to combine like terms. It's going to give me 9x plus 6 equals 60. Then I can go ahead and solve for x. 9x equals 54. Divide by 9, x is equal to 6. Once I know x, now I can plug it back in to find the length of each side. 3 times 6 tells me this side is 18. 2 times 6 plus 5 gives me 17. Then 4 times 6 plus 1 give me 25. If I add those all up, they would add up to 60. Now, translating and solving, right? If you underestimated the translations unit or section in the last chapter, kind of comes back to haunt you here. So when we translate, okay, you have to know the key words. So one more than, right? More than tells me addition. One more than the product I know is multiplication of 3 and a number is. Anytime you see the word is, that tells you where your equal sign goes. So I have to be one more than something. What am I one more than? The product of 3 and a number. So 3 times a number. I'm one more than that, so plus 1 is, so equals, what does it equal? 13. Now I can go and solve for x. Subtract 1, 3x equals 12. Divide by 3, x is equal to 4. So you may have to go back and review, the section with translating these expressions from the last chapter. Next one, 7/8 of a number y. You have to remember, of is multiplication of with fractions, basically. So 7/8 times a number y, so 7/8 y, minus 6 is 8. So remember, the is tells me where to put the equal sign. Now, to solve this, I can add 6 to both sides. 7/8 y equals 14. Then, get rid of the fraction by multiplying by 8. 7y, 8's cancel out, equals 112. And when I divide by 7, y is equal to, 16? And I am done. Again, being able to translate the left and right side. So 6 less than 9 times the number is, and again, that right there is the equal sign. So what we basically have to do then is translate the left side of that equal sign, then translate the right side of this equal sign. So 6 less than 9 times the number x. You have to be 6 less than this. So it's 9 times x. We're 6 less than that. So I subtract 6 is, so equals 30 more than what? I'm 30 more than negative 3 times a number. So negative 3 times a number. I'm 30 more than that. So I'm going to add 30. This is your setup to find x. Now I just solve it. Add 3x, add 3x, bring the constants over, so I add 6, 12x equals 36, and when I divide by 12, x is equal to 3. The solving part here should be the easy part. Example 7, Tom is organizing a birthday party for his son Andrew. He wants to buy ice cream sandwiches and cupcakes for the kids. Each ice cream sandwich costs $2.50, and each cupcake costs $1.50. An equation that can be used to determine the total cost is T equals 2.50I plus 1.50C, where I is the number of ice cream sandwiches and C is the number of cupcakes. What is the total cost of Tom's purchases? If Tom purchases 10 ice cream, so I know I is 10 sandwiches and 8 cupcakes, so C is 8. Well, if I take that formula and I plug what I know in, the total cost is 2.50 times 10 plus 1.50 times 8. And that total cost would be 25 plus 12, which is $37. However, the next one says he has a budget of $54 and has to purchase 16 cupcakes. So you know the total cost is $54. You know the number of cupcakes is 16. So if I plug what I know into the formula, 2.50 times I don't know I, plus 150 times 16 equals he had $54 to spend. That's your T. So 2.50 I plus 16 times $1.50 is going to be $24 equals 54. Now I can subtract for I. Subtract 24, 250I equals 30. And when I divide by 2.5, right? You get I is equal to 12. So again, this is a type of problem where you have to know what your variables are, what your formula is, plug what you know in, and solve for the remaining part. Go ahead, try the student practice, and let me know if you have any questions.